All right, so now that you have your engineering notebook set up, it is time to complete your first assignment, and that is activity 1.1.3, concept sketching. So first I'd like for you to go on over to Google Classroom to access the assignment, and I'll do that with you now. All right, so here is Engineering 1. Go over to Classwork. And under Unit 1.1 Design Basics, we've already completed the instant challenge from yesterday, day 1. You're going to day 2, activity 113, concept sketching. You're going to go ahead and open up the Google Doc here. The goals of this assignment is that you can effectively document engineering work in an organized notebook so someone unfamiliar with the work can follow and understand the process. So basically keeping an engineering notebook. And then develop a model, which is a realistic sketch, to present an idea. Okay? So here's the assignment. Read the activity 113 found on the PLCW website to make sure you also read the sketching tips and guidelines. We'll come back to that here in just a second. So when you click on these links, by the way, it will take you straight to the PLCW website, the LMS, and will give you more information about what we're doing for this assignment. So notice you've got resources, the sketching tips guide, orthographic graphing paper. You're not going to need that because you're going to complete these sketches in your notebook. This was on, resources for engineering notebook, what to include. We just went over that. We're going to skip some of these for today. So open this for just a little bit. All right, so we'll come back to sketching shapes here in just a moment, but you've got that open. I want you, at this point, this is the warm-up for this assignment, so I want you to go ahead and respond to these 3 questions. The sub may want to go ahead and pause this video, or you may want to pause the video if you're working remotely from home. But 3 questions: what is the purpose of sketching a design? Number 2, how can different sketches explain different information? And number 3, what value does feedback provide when learning how to sketch? So again, I would go ahead and pause at this point and answer those 3 questions in your engineering notebook. Start a new page, title it Activity 113, Concept Sketching. And the first thing I want to see on that is these 3 questions answered in complete sentences. All right, so now that you've answered those questions, we are ready to move on with the assignment. All right, so on the assignment, the main purpose of this assignment is to visualize what you are sketching and sketch the correct shape and proportions of these objects from a single straight-on view. All right, so what I'd like for you to do, it tells you to go through, watch the video, and read through the sketching tips guide. So the sketching tips guide, that is this document that we opened here. And this guide, I'm not going to read this to you, but I expect you to read this on your own. So again, you probably want to pause the video to take some time to read through this. But it walks you through how to sketch simple shapes, looking at proportions, curved objects, shading your objects, and then choosing the best front view. Okay, so I want you guys to pause the video right now, read through that so that you understand the different aspects of sketching. And then there's also a video that I'd like for you to watch in addition to this video, so go ahead and pause and you're going to watch this 4-minute video on concept sketching. Once you're finished with this video, you can move on. Okay, so now that you've watched the video, you are ready to move to step 3. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm sorry, you're still on step 1. You are going to be sketching the front view of 2 items that your teacher can give you, or 2 items that you can find at home. These sketches should not take more than 10 minutes to sketch, okay, guys? The items that you have to choose from are here. So a writing instrument, a pen or pencil, a toothbrush, a clothespin, scissors, a flash drive, a coffee cup, a flashlight. Again, so no more than 10 minutes on 2 of those items. Okay, so now that you're back and you have completed those sketches, you're going to do a peer review which means you're going to be analyzing the sketches of another person. If you're working remotely, we're going to skip this section, but if you are in person, I would like for you to do some peer review of another person's sketch and to give feedback. You're going to get 2 sticky notes and give feedback to that person. When you click on this peer review section, this link here, it's going to take you to MyPLSW, and it's going to give you some advice and some sentence stems for peer review. I'd like for you to read through this before you review someone else's work. It talks about what effective feedback is and the description of effective feedback. It's constructive, goal reference, actionable, and it should lead someone to modifying what they did and being able to take those steps to modify their sketches to be better. Some sentence stems that you can use in your sticky notes: I like, I wonder, or I have. So 3 things that you like about the work, you wonder about the work, or resources, suggestions that you could offer. Evaluate the criteria. Work with your classmates to create evaluation criteria focused on individual contributions of the group, and then complete the peer evaluation. All right, you're almost finished with this assignment. The last thing to do is to take pictures of your work and pictures of your peer-reviewed work and add them to this document. So I'm going to attach a separate video for how to create a picture from your webcam and how to just insert those pictures here. Once you have your pictures completed, if you'll scroll down, here's the pictures for your peer review. And then you need to answer these 3 conclusion questions. So conclusion questions are never, sometimes they might say that they're optional. They're not optional for my class. So conclusion questions, you must do them. I expect those to be thoughtful and in complete sentences. Your conclusion questions for this assignment are: why would the ability to create realistic sketches make a person a more competent designer? Think about these in terms of an engineer. Why would an engineer need to be able to sketch out an idea? Give an example of a visual or graphic representation, other than what's going on here in this work, of information that has more impact than an explanation of the information in text. So what that means: provide an example to me of how a picture would be better than a description. And I will leave that up to your imagination on what that example looks like. Again, the question is, give me an example of how an object like a sketch or a picture is more informative than text. And the last question: in your opinion, what is the most important thing to know or to do to create a realistic sketch of an object? It's the most important thing that you need to be able to know or that you need to be able to do in order to create a realistic sketch of the object. Good luck with this assignment, and don't forget, when you're finished putting all of your pictures and answers here, that you need to go back to Google Classroom on View the Assignment and click the Turn In button here so that your sub can give you credit for your participation in class today. Good luck!